Welcome, everybody. This is the MasterClass. My name is Patricknazareth. I have around 30 years of experience in teaching, and I would like to help dispel your doubts, should you have any. Today, we are going to study the chapter Bonku Babu's Friend, written by the author Satyajit Ray. Satyajit Ray was born in Calcutta in the year 1921 and died in 1992. He was a person who of many talents. He was an Indian film director, screenwriter, author, lyricist, magazine editor, illustrator, calligrapher, and composer. A true genius. He became one of the greatest and most influential art directors in the world. Pathar Panchali and its two sequels brought Indian cinema to the knowledge of the world. Ray wrote fiction, short stories, and novels. He was a pioneer of detective and science fiction in Bengali literature. He was given an Academy Award for Lifetime Achievement in 1992. Have you ever bullied anybody in school, in your class? Or have you been bullied? This is the story of one such man, Bonku Babu. Who is he? He is a school teacher at Kankurgachi Primary School. He teaches geography, he teaches Bengali. A very nice person. He has never been known to get angry, no matter how much the students worry him. Each year, new students replace the ones who are promoted to the higher classes. Whichever children come into his class play pranks on him. Sometimes glue is left on his chair. Somebody might draw a cartoon on the blackboard. Somebody sets off a firecracker behind him. Bonku Babu doesn't get upset. He doesn't yell at the children. Sometimes he might scold them gently. Why was Bonku Babu always calm? For two reasons. The first being he could not afford to quit his job in anger. He needed it. The second was, among all the children in class, there were always people who actually wanted to study. It was these boys who made his job very enjoyable. He used to call them to his house, tell them stories about Africa, about Brazil, tell them about the North Pole, about Atlantis, because Bonku Babu, very, very good storyteller. During the weekend, when there was no school, he used to go to a lawyer's place. A person called Shripati Babu. Adults at Shripati Babu's gathering used to make fun of him. He gives us an instance. 2 months ago, they were talking about ghosts, and Bonku Babu happened to mention that he was not afraid of ghosts. What happened? When he was going back to his house, somebody whose face was covered with ink jumped on top of him. Obviously, the people at Shripati Babu's house had decided to try and frighten him. It didn't make him afraid. It did hurt him. His neck, his back pained. His kurta was torn. He did not find it funny at all. It was a very stupid thing to do. Pranks were played on him. Sometimes his umbrella would be hidden, sometimes his shoes. They would fill a pan with dirt instead of masala and give it to him. Or they would ask him to sing. So why, you have to ask yourself, did Bonku Babu always attend his meetings if he was always teased and made fun of? Shripati Babu was a very important man in the school committee and in the village. Most important, he used to hold these darbars. And he couldn't do without Bonku Babu, because according to Shripati Mazumdar, you need a person to be the butt of jokes to make fun of. So even though Bonku Babu did not wish to go, he was called, you have to come. Once they were discussing satellites. A Russian satellite was supposed to be going around the earth. Bonku Babu was the first one to spot it. He called Nidhu Babu and showed it to him. What did Nidhu Babu do? Went to this meeting with Shripati Mazumdar and presented himself as the one to have been the first to see it. Bonku Babu did not mind. It was in his nature to be quiet. No one knew anything about satellites, but everyone had an opinion. Chandi Babu said it was a waste of time talking about it. Ram Kanai presented it as a human achievement. Nidhu Babu said it's simply a machine. Chandi Babu said, it's no good unless and until one can buy tickets and see it going off. The point here is that they really did not know anything about the topic they were talking on. Bhairav Chakravarti came up with an idea. Suppose a creature from a different planet landed on Earth. Bonku Babu said, maybe they could come here. Nidhu Babu made fun of him, calling him Bunkam. Bunkam actually means nonsense. You actually imagine an alien is going to come here? Bhairav Chakravarti slapped Bonku Babu hard on the back and grinned. Can you imagine an alien coming here? Not to Moscow, not to London, not to Calcutta, but to Kankurgachi? Bonku Babu kept quiet. He thought to himself, why is it so impossible? Alien is not going to come here sightseeing. He's not going to know the names of our cities. It is highly possible he would come here. Shripati Babu came in as the arbiter. His was the final word. It's not possible that aliens are going to come here. Because if they do come, they will go land in some western country where they will meet the sahibs. Why would they want to come to our place? Why would they want to come to Kankurgachi? Chandi Babu and Nidhu Babu started making fun of Bonku Babu, saying that perhaps they would come to take Bonku Babu as a specimen to keep him in a museum. Bonku Babu did not reply at this, but he began thinking of each one of them, and he thought to himself, if I am a museum specimen, what about these others? Someone looks like a camel, somebody looks like a goat, that one has eyes like a tortoise, one looks like a rat. If the aliens are really correcting for a zoo, these guys would be the first to be taken. An emotional man, tears came to his eyes. He jumped up, ready to leave. Shripati Babu stopped him. Don't go. He said, no, I'm going. I really don't want to sit here. I have work to do. And before he left, Ramkanai told him, be careful of the ghosts, Bonku Babu. Remember, it's Saturday and a moonless night. So everyone howled with laughter. On his way home, Bonku Babu saw a light over the bamboo grove. Who owned the bamboo grove? Vancha Ghosh. He was not carrying a torch, neither did he have a lantern, because there was no need. He knew the road. It was very cold. There were no snakes about. He realized something was unusual. You know why? There was no noise. There was no chirping of crickets at all. The bamboo grove was bathed in a pale pink light. A loud humming sound was coming. He saw an alien spaceship above the bamboo grove, above the pond. He did not try to run. His curiosity got the better of him. He went towards it, and then suddenly he couldn't move. The humming stopped, and a voice spoke in a strange language. He couldn't understand. What language was this? Where was the speaker? And the voice came to him in English, asking him his name. And he replied, I am Bonku Bihari Datta, sir, a Bengali Kayas. Then the voice came back to him, speaking in Bengali, Namaskar. Bonku Babu returned the salutation. He realized he could move, but he did not. He looked at the spaceship. The side of the spaceship opened, and a person stepped out. It was a weird creature. The arms and legs thin, and its whole body was clad in pink. It had no ears but tiny holes, 2 holes for its nose. Its eyes were yellow, and there was no sign of hair anywhere, and everything appeared to be glowing in the dark. He asked Bonku Babu, is this Earth? And Bonku Babu said yes. So the alien said, I was supposed to go to Pluto. That is why I spoke to you in that strange language. I thought you were from Pluto. It happened to me once before. Instead of going to Mars, he had gone off to Jupiter. Bonku Babu did not know what to say. This person was examining Bonku Babu. How do you examine a person? He was feeling his arms and legs, probing with his fingers. When it finally had finished, it introduced himself. Ang from the planet Cranius. We are far superior than man. Bonku Babu found that hilarious. This small creature, this ugly looking person is superior to us. The alien was able to read his mind, and he asked him, how many languages do you know? Bengali, English, and maybe a little Hindi. Ang said, I know 14,000. There isn't a single language in the solar system that he is not aware of, and he has been to 25 planets. And he asked Bonku Babu, how old are you? Bonku Babu said he's 50. Ang said, I'm 833. The next question was, do you eat animals? Bonku Babu just had mutton. Ang said that they had stopped eating meat several centuries ago. Otherwise, he said, we used to eat the flesh of most fishes. We could even have tried you. Then, in order to prove his technological superiority over humankind, he showed him the instrument by which he had rendered Bonku Babu unable to move. Bonku Babu was fully convinced. These aliens are infinitely more superior to us. Finally, he asked Bonku Babu, is there any place that you would like to see? Bonku Babu thought to himself, there is such a lot that he has meant to see and has not seen. Places close to him, like the Himalayas, the Sundarbans, the beach at Digha, the botanical gardens at Shivpur. But those were places he could go to. The place he would really like to have gone to was at the North Pole. Ang gave him an instrument, and when he looked through it, he found that he was at the North Pole. He could see an igloo clearly. He could see 2 walruses fighting. Their blood made the white snow red. In the sky, the northern lights, the aurora borealis. Bonku Babu could not believe his eyes, and he broke into a sweat. And then the scene changed in front of him. He could hear Ang's voice, didn't you want to go to Brazil? And Bonku Babu remembered instantly about the piranhas. The next thing he knew, he was looking at a tropical forest. He saw this huge snake, and he realized it was an anaconda. He had read about it in National Geographic. He saw there were many crocodiles. Next to the river, one crocodile jumped into the water, and just as quickly jumped out again. Bonku Babu's eyes nearly came out of his head. He could see the bones of the crocodile. The stomach was literally ripped to shreds. 5 fishes, piranhas, with amazingly sharp teeth had come out along with the crocodile and were flapping around. Bonku Babu nearly fainted. And Ang asked him, now do you believe you're superior? Yes, definitely. Ang gives Bonku Babu advice. He says, you are a good man, but your problem is that people take advantage of you. You should never face injustice quietly. You must stand up against them. You should not allow people to make fun of you. He said his goodbyes, jumped onto a spaceship, and vanished. Bonku Babu could hear the crickets again. He went back home. His mind was whirling. Bonku Bihari Datta, the teacher of geography and Bengali in the Kankurgachi village primary school, the only person to meet an alien? Next day, it was a Sunday. Everyone, as usual, was at Shripati Babu's house. The talk was about a strange light that had been seen in the sky. Poncha Ghosh was also there, and he was saying of a very peculiar thing that had happened to his bamboos. All the leaves around the pond had been stripped of them. It was very unusual for such a thing to happen. Bhairav Chakravarti remarked, "Where is Bonku Babu?" And the others said, "Didn't we make enough fun of him yesterday?" But Shripati Babu said, "No, get hold of him. We must have him. Ramkanai, go get him as soon as I finish my tea." At that moment, Bonku Babu burst into the room. And what did Bonku Babu do? He started laughing. And he kept on laughing loudly for a whole minute. Then he stopped and he said, "I've come here simply to tell you that I will no longer attend your meetings, and I would like to tell you two things before I go. Firstly, never speak about things that you don't know, because it comes out as absolute rubbish. Chandi Babu, please don't be so childish as to hide my umbrella and my shoes. Please return them tomorrow. Niddu Babu, if you call me Bunkam again, I shall call you Nitwit. I think all of you know that Nitwit is a stupid person." And then he tells Shripati Babu, "I totally get that you're an important person and you wish to surround yourself by sycophants, by chamchas, but I am no longer going to do that. If you want somebody to bend down and lick your feet, I'll send my cat over. It's pretty good at that." And then he looked at Poncha Babu. "Poncha Babu, you're here. Okay, let me just explain to you and everyone else. Yesterday night, this alien called Ang is a very nice person from the planet Cranius landed in your bamboo grove. We had a very long chat." Bonku Babu finished speaking and he slapped Bhairav Chakravarti's back so hard that Bhairav Chakravarti had a fit of choking. Then he exited, whistling, happy, bouncing, with his head held high. Ramkanai, who was drinking tea, dropped his cup and the cup shattered, sending tea on most of the other people present. Who are the characters in the story? Bonku Bihari Datta, or Bonku Babu, a short, dark man, 50 years old, meek, patient, bullied by students and friends alike. Ang, a 4 feet tall alien who possesses advanced technology and has telepathic abilities. There is Shripati Mazumdar, who is the village lawyer and at whose house social gatherings are hosted. There are other people like Niddu Babu, Chandi Babu, Ram Kanai, Bhairav Chakravarti. They are all Bonku Babu's fellow villagers who make it their mission to worry him at the social gatherings. What are the settings in this story? The main setting, Kankurgachi village. It's a rural Bengali village. Bonku Bihari lives, works and teaches there. Shripati Mazumdar's house, where the educated men of the village come to discuss current affairs. Poncha Ghosh's bamboo grove, the place where the alien Ang lands and meets Bonku Babu. What are the literary devices used over here? The third person, all-knowing narrator, who keeps a linear timeline. It shows us cause and effect in the story. We can access the thoughts and feelings of multiple characters. We can understand what Bonku Babu is thinking about, what the others are thinking about. Irony, situational irony, where the very thing that Bonku Babu is made fun of actually happens to him. There is dramatic irony. We as readers know that Bonku Babu has met an alien, while the other characters don't. Foreshadowing, the discussion about satellites, discussion about space travel. The unusual silence of crickets hints at something that is about to happen. Symbolism, the bamboo grove, is a threshold between ordinary and extraordinary. The pink light which comes from the spaceship, it symbolizes knowledge that comes from another world, the transformation that happens to Bonku Babu. The spaceship itself, it's a symbol of an advanced civilization and limitless possibilities. Characterization, direct as well as indirect, we get a very clear description of characters' personalities. Also, their personalities and their characters are revealed through the actions and dialogues spoken by them. Contrast. See the difference in Bonku Bihari's behavior before and after the encounter. The contrast between human cruelty and alien wisdom. The contrast between earthly limitations and the endless possibilities the universe holds. And satire. Small town intellectuals are gently mocked. And it also makes fun of social dynamics and the pettiness of humans. What are the themes over here? The main theme, transformation. How your experiences can cause you to change, can cause you to become a different person. There is social hierarchy and bullying, where you have social groups, where you have individuals who make fun of others just for entertainment. Injustice. Ang tells Bonku Babu not to suffer injustice, because if you're me, it makes bullies become stronger. You have to stand up for what is right. You have to stand up for yourself. Science versus ignorance. The characters don't really understand space exploration. The alien visitation only serves to remind us that human ignorance and narrow-mindedness pulls us all down. Loneliness. Bonku Babu is socially isolated. he eventually gets empowered because of his meeting with the alien. It tries to explore themes of belonging and self-worth. Finally, the extraordinary in the ordinary. The author shows us that even amongst the most ordinary people in the most ordinary of settings, miraculous things can occur. That's the lesson then for you. I do hope I have been of help. If I have, please do remember to like, subscribe and share. There might be others who would be requiring our help. Thank you so much for watching.